U.S. officials say American fighter jets struck Iranian-backed Houthi rebel sites for the 6th time today, taking out anti-ship missile launchers that were prepared to fire. This as tens of thousands in Yemen took to the streets to decry the recent U.S. relisting of the Houthis as terrorists.
What we are doing with our partners is self-defense.
U.S. officials say a 6th round of airstrikes were carried out on Houthi missile launchers today. The strikes from the U.S. and Britain occurring almost daily this week.
The Houthis are the ones that continue to launch cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, at innocent mariners, at commercial vessels that are just transiting an area that sees 10 to 15% of the world's commerce.
The retaliatory attacks coming despite U.S. President Joe Biden's acknowledgement that the bombardment of Houthi sites has yet to stop the militants' attacks on vessels in the Red Sea.
Are the airstrikes in Yemen working?
Well, when you say working, are they stopping the Houthis? No. Are they going to continue? Yes.
The Iranian-backed Houthi militants, also referred to as Ansar Allah, say their attacks on global shipping in the Red Sea corridor are aimed at stopping Israel's war on Hamas in the Gaza Strip. This member of the Houthi Media Authority says, quote, "The American decision to designate Ansar Allah in the U.S. terrorism list comes in the service of the Zionist entity and supports it to continue the criminal war on Gaza." Tens of thousands in Yemen taking to the streets today in a show of support for Palestinians in Gaza and to decry the recent U.S. relisting of the Houthis as terrorists. Now in its 4th month and initially triggered by Hamas's October 7th attack in southern Israel, the war in Gaza is one of the deadliest and most destructive military campaigns in recent history and has increased tensions across the Middle East.
We also designated the Houthis as a specially designated global terrorist. That allows us some additional economic levers that we didn't have available to us before, and we'll keep reviewing our options going forward. Again, I'll say it, the Houthis need to stop these attacks. They can make that choice.
For months, the Houthis have claimed attacks on ships in the Red Sea are either linked to Israel or heading to Israeli ports. But the links to the ships targeted in the rebel assaults have grown more tenuous as the attacks continue. The continued aggressions have also raised questions as to whether the conflict between Israel and Hamas has already expanded into a wider regional war.
We don't seek war. We don't think that we are at war. We don't want to see a regional war.
Meanwhile, Canada's leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, called on the Liberal government today to, quote, ensure the Houthi terrorists are held accountable for their actions as more governments speak out on the Red Sea tensions. Still, the disrupted trade routes have yet to make a direct impact on North American soil.